Dr. Pham here with the REACH Center.
Kristen with REACH Specialties.
And today we wanted to talk a little bit about when to brace for hypermobility. And I think for me as a rehab doc, I oftentimes think about when not to brace first, because when you have hypermobility of the joint, whether it's hypermobile EDS or a hypermobility spectrum disorder, the key is that we want to give stability to the joint where the connective tissue is not providing that stability that it typically would. And to me, the backup to that are the muscles. And so typically what I will start with is strengthening the muscles surrounding the joint so that they can provide that stability. So that to me is always number one. We want to strengthen the muscles to stabilize the joint. And if we need to use a brace, then that's great. But depending on the extent of bracing, the more you restrict movement, you're basically telling the muscles, hey, muscles, you don't have to work. Don't worry about it. We got a brace for that. And then the muscles aren't doing the job of stabilizing the joint. So for me, I think about, do we need to brace? When do we brace? How much do we brace? Can we use the least amount of support possible when we brace?
Totally agree.
Okay,
totally
yes.
agree.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes I don't recommend bracing too much because of everything you said. But I will recommend it if someone is doing something, more aggressive than they usually would. So going on a trip or going on an airplane or walking a lot throughout the day or going into the city or something.
Right.
So I will recommend it in that way.
Yeah.
I do like the body braid to use because it's not a typical brace. It kind of goes around you and supports everything and kind of gives you that pressure you need for the muscles to work instead of the true bracing, which turns the muscles off.
Yeah.
So,
and I think the body braid to me is sort of similar to like a neoprene brace that you're surrounding a certain joint with, that really just gives you some proprioceptive input. It gives you some sensory input that sends a signal to your brain that says, hey brain, think about your knee right now, and therefore activate those muscles around the knee so that they can work and give support. Would you say the body braid is similar to that?
Yep. Yeah. Most people put it on, they're like, whoa, I feel good. Is this what it feels like for my muscles to work? So it's really fun when I get to try that with someone for the first time.
Yeah, that's great. I think the only time that I would use a more restrictive brace is maybe in the setting of an acute injury. So like an acute dislocation, like patellar dislocation or something like that. We want to really acutely give stability so that someone can function, but with a goal of eventually weaning off of utilizing that amount of kind of restriction.
Right.
Yeah, would you agree with that?
Totally agree.
This is so great that we're on the same page about these things. And any other types of braces that you like?
Ooh, good question. I like the ring splints for fingers, because fingers tend to be very flexible, and we use them a lot. So those I do like, especially for typing or manual labor.
Yeah.
I like a shoe insert. I don't know if that's considered a brace, but it's an assistive device. And then sometimes a neck collar for instability in the neck.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I think strengthening the muscles is important, but there's a balance between, what we want to do, which is strengthen the muscles to support the joints, and a human being who's in front of us who needs to go to school, go to work, be a person in the world. And so sometimes it's finding a balance in how can we help you to function while doing the best for your physical body.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. Anything else to add?
No.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.